Hello, I'm Philip Telfer, founder and director of the Christian Worldview Film Festival. I want to thank you for submitting your film to our event. Announcements about official selections will be made soon, so I thought it might be helpful to share with you about our judging process as you anticipate the results, and to give you some encouragement regardless of the outcome. I've also submitted projects to film festivals in the past, and I know what it's like to hope for good news. Sometimes my projects weren't selected, other times they were. Sometimes I won awards, and sometimes I bore my disappointment of the outcome. You may not know it, but we have a small team that has been praying for you and your projects. We truly care about Christian filmmakers and the work that you're doing. If you're wondering why our process takes so long to make official selections, let me give you a snapshot of our process on behalf of all who submit their films. We're now in our 13th year, and since the beginning, we have made a commitment to assemble a team of multiple judges, most often 5, who independently watch and score each film. We've made a few tweaks over the years due to the increased volume of submissions, with around 180 films this year alone, including the 48-hour film submissions, plus over 50 screenplays, and more than 30 submissions for our composer competition. The current judging process for films begins with a team of 3 judges who watch the first 15 minutes of every film and judge on 3 criteria of worldview, storytelling, and production values. Films at this stage are not judged for awards. That's the responsibility of the second round judges. The first round judges are also checking for flagrant fouls that may show up, like foul language, inappropriate sexual content, or anything else that clearly goes beyond any of the boundaries set in the submission guidelines that everyone submitting is required to read and acknowledge in the submission process. This may result in some films being eliminated at this stage. Also, films that do not reach a minimum score of 50% of the total possible points are also eliminated to lighten the burden of the next round of judges. In the second round, a team of judges for each category are watching entire films and use a score sheet to award points on over 40 questions divided into the 3 categories of worldview, storytelling, and production values. These scores are averaged between all the judges to determine the winner and runner-up for each category. In rare cases of a tie or some judging ambiguity, the first round judges are consulted and weigh in. But it's still not over. The next stage might be the most painful for our team. We have a limited amount of screening time during the festival, so determinations have to be made in each category for the number of films that can show. Some categories, like short films and documentaries, have a larger number of submissions, which means a larger number of films are not able to be screened. The overall number became smaller last year when we limited our screening rooms to only 2 during the festival. That was in response to feedback from attendees. We've endeavored to strike a mutually beneficial balance between serving the attendees and serving filmmakers. With that said, your film may have made it through the first round and even scored well during the second round, and yet not rank high enough in score to make the narrow cut. We consistently see 1 or 2 films that rise to the top in each category, and the rest are often a close pack in the middle. So please don't lose heart if your film is not an official selection this year. It's not an indicator that your film is not good or has no value in the marketplace of films. Every year, there are films that I personally enjoy, but they don't make the cut. Many filmmakers have asked why we don't provide feedback after the judging is finalized. Our judges are volunteers who willingly give up precious time to help judge films, often through the holidays. They don't have additional capacity to provide individual feedback for films. We did attempt to do this in the early years of the festival and agree that it could be helpful. We simply could not do it justice. We also hope that you will join us in March, regardless of the outcome of official selections. Our event is more than a film festival and can be valuable to you as a filmmaker. We want you to be encouraged in your walk with God, to get ongoing training, to network with other filmmakers, marketers, and distributors, and be part of a community that are on this journey together under the lordship of Jesus Christ.